Hello, happy Tuesday. For those of you that are new to the group, my name is Lauren Nicole, and I am a MindShift coach who uses EFT and Reiki to help women release limiting beliefs, overcome fear, and break through the emotional blockages that are keeping them stuck in life and in their businesses. So today I want to be talking to you about abundance and welcoming in abundance. It's been a topic that has been coming up a lot when talking to clients, and I wanted to talk about it here with all of you. So we all have these beliefs about money, right? And a lot of them stem from when we were kids and how we grew up and who we were around and what their viewpoint on money and abundance was. And our thoughts on that are a lot of the time subconscious, because they're so programmed that it just happens automatically. So what am I talking about? Limiting beliefs like you have to work really hard to make money. Money doesn't grow on trees. People who have money are entitled and they're jerks. That there's never enough money, or I don't deserve to have money. All of these are beliefs that maybe they're not things that you're consciously thinking every day. Sometimes maybe they are, but there are these beliefs that are programmed into your subconscious mind, and they can be holding you back in a lot of ways. Maybe it's holding you back from really putting yourself out there and starting your business. So what I want to talk today about is how we can begin to peel back those layers and welcome in the abundance that we all deserve, because we are here to, I believe that we are all here on this earth to live joyful, abundant lives. And sometimes we just get in our own way. So how do we get out of our own way? Well, number one is identifying these beliefs that you have. So one of the ways to do that is, what is your first journaling and answering this question? What is your first money memory, right? And see what comes up for you. Is it that you really wanted to buy something and you didn't have the money for it? Or is it that, maybe you were taught that you only buy things that are on sale? Or who knows, right? There's so many different stories that could be deep inside. So think about that. What is your first money memory? Write about that and see what comes up for you. See how that makes you feel. And a lot of the time that's kind of like, wow. there's an awareness that occurs through that process. And so we need to begin to align our thoughts and feelings, because thoughts are real forces. And that is actually one of the 6 laws of the mind from Learn Mind Power. Learn Mind Power training that I took. That is excellent, and I highly recommend. But number 1 is thoughts are real forces. So what you are thinking about, you are attracting, okay? And we need to know, we need to recognize that, and we need to call it out and say, write it down on paper, what we're thinking. And when we recognize it, we can begin to change it. And sometimes supposed to, it's like the whole law of attraction. To attract abundance, I need to feel abundant. Well, how do I feel abundant if I don't have these things that I want, whether it's a material item or a relationship or whatever, abundant in whatever way you're talking about. And yeah, that can be a little challenging, right? So if for example, I'm like, I want to have money and I don't have money, how am I supposed to feel abundant? You need to find things in your life that you can be abundant about, right? And they can be simple things. going for a walk in your neighborhood, and all of the abundance of trees that are around you, or the abundance of laughter in your life, the abundance of love that you feel from your family, right? Seek out the areas in your life where you do feel abundant, and notice how that makes you feel, and then that can help bring it in other areas. And so I have a little story for you that I think I may have shared on here before, but I'm going to share it again because it's a fun one. So I have done my own work on abundance, and was focusing on these things outside of me that I'm grateful for, right? It's really just showing gratitude for the things that you have that are in abundance in your life. So I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful to be able to go outside. I'm grateful for this beauty that surrounds me. And I was doing this on a daily basis. And calling in, like, I am ready to receive, right? Like setting the expectation of, like, I am ready to receive, I am ready for the abundance, right? You're putting that vibe out there. And so this one day I was walking, this wasn't too long ago, probably the beginning of, right before quarantine, right? And I was walking home from the park, and I see out of the corner of my eye what looks like a credit card on the ground upside down. And so I kicked it over, and I almost didn't pick it up because I was like, oh, Corona, I'm not going to touch that nasty thing, And something inside of me was like, no, Lauren, pick up that card. And so I picked it up, and it was a gift card. No name on it or anything like that, but it was a gift card. And so I was like, all right, whatever. I take out my cell phone and I'm calling the number on the back to see, you can see what the balance is on it. And I'm going to forget the exact number, but I think it was $181, I believe that was on it. And my jaw just like dropped, like, oh my gosh, did this really just happen? And like that, the fact that it was in tandem with me, doing these abundance exercises, like I'm feeling the abundance of love in my life. I'm abundantly grateful for the work that I have coming in right now. And then to find this gift card, and it's like, whoa, like law of attraction, like 100%, you're attracting that in. So the point of the story is, to welcome in abundance, you need to feel abundant, and figuring out how to do that for yourself. And sometimes, that can be challenging. And in the lesson that I was reading through the Learn Mind Power, he was saying, he was like, this guy was living by himself. He didn't have anything, but he had grapes. Like, he had this bundle of grapes. And so he just focused on the abundance of grapes that he had. And little by little, focusing on these little things every single day, it brings in that energy, right? So that's one thing. The other thing that you need, that is part of this process of welcoming in abundance, is releasing these old beliefs. Obviously, you need to welcome in these new beliefs, but removing these blocks of these old beliefs. And I'm going to be sharing probably on Thursday. This is kind of like the new cadence that I'm getting into. Going to do these lives on Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays I'm going to release an EFT tap along video that is on topic with this. So this tapping video that I'm going to do on Thursday is going to be all about releasing these limiting beliefs that you have about money that are holding you back. And like I've said in talking about EFT before, it's all about using words that resonate for you. And so I will be using general language when I do that, and when I'm sharing that with you. But feel free to tap on using words that resonate with you. Maybe you're tapping through the memory that your first money memory, right? And that can help you in this process of following the breadcrumbs to figure out where these blocks are and how to let them go. But so for today, this is what I want you to do. I want you to journal on your first money memory. And then I want you to begin to see the abundance in your life all around you in the little things, okay? And then I want you to make a gratitude list. And those 3 activities are going to really help in welcoming in abundance into your life. Feel free to share what comes up for you. And if you have any aha moments when you're doing this work and when you're doing the journaling. And a lot of the time, there's also another meditation that maybe I can record for you guys. That brings you back to that first money memory and brings awareness around how that belief has been passed down, typically from either your mother or your father. Obviously it could be somebody else that you were close with in your life, but it's really helpful, because we typically do. There's usually one person in particular in our lives that we're mirroring their beliefs, and it really can shift things when you're like, oh, wait a second, like, that's not necessarily what I believe, but that is what I have been taught to believe. And I have the power to choose how and what I believe, right? And I know that may sound simple, but when you have that recognition of like, wait a second, that's just what I've seen. That's just always what I've seen, what I've learned, what I've been exposed to, and I can choose to do things differently. And it's really powerful. It's a really powerful practice. So I hope that this serves you well, and I'm sending you all lots of love, and please feel free to ask any questions that you may have, and I will talk to you guys soon. And I'll be sharing the video on Thursday about tapping into your abundance. All right, sending lots of love. Bye guys.